Good day, everybody. This is Marius Landman from here from Australia, and today is 25 September 2019. I'm going to show you why this drop is actually really good for us. Now, there's no reason to fear if you look at your portfolio and you see that it's down 10, 20, or 30 or 40%. There's no reason to fear, guys. When your portfolio goes down 10, 20, or 30%, bam, next time the market moves up 80, 90, 100, 200%, and you're way back in profits. Similar to 2017, where I bought when everybody was selling. It's a similar situation than what is happening right now at the moment. Everybody was selling, I was buying. And I saw my portfolio drop 10%, I saw it drop 20%, and I kept on buying, buying. I even went and sold certain products in my house that I don't need. I sold it on eBay and I went and bought more cryptos while everybody else was selling. These drops that you see now are small in relation to what happened in 2017. In 2017, I was biting my nails and I just decided that I'm going to follow my algorithm plan, and I bought every single dip. Lo and behold, guys, you know what happened. The market went up to $20,000, and I sent an email out and a message to my subscribers, and I said, sell at 19,500. At 19,500, sell and take profits. And that is exactly at that time when I took my profits and I became financially free. You have a better opportunity today. And for many of you that are still subscribers from way back in 2017, you see that this opportunity is way bigger. And guys, I am going to show you some incredible data now. Data that will make you financially free. Remember in the beginning of the year, I made the statement and I said that if you have 50,000 US dollars, if you keep on buying and selling in the next move, you can make and turn that potentially into $7.2 million. Now, this is not financial advice, just understand me correct. For a start, what I am going to do is to bring up the Wall Street cheat sheet for you. Now, have a look at this screen. On my screen, have a look here what I've got. You will see that this is called the Wall Street cheat sheet. I have mentioned this multiple times to all our members, and you know that I've been speaking about this and brought it up on the weekly webinars and also included that in our Bitcoin and crypto reports. I'm going to show you where we are now. Now you will see that here right there at that top, that is when Bitcoin hit $20,000, and you saw the market come back all the way down there, and we had that 90 to 120 day sideways move with a drop. Here in January, guys, in January of 2019, Bitcoin moved upwards here, right up to that level, and people made staggering gains here. Now, I'm going to, you'll see that I'm now on the right-hand side, so I'm going to go to the left-hand side of this chart here, and we're going to start here. So this was the start of June, July, August, and September. And look at this, guys. This is that wedge, and I'm going to show you that wedge shortly in Bitcoin. See this little drop here, that drop there? I've been talking about the disbelief phase. People are saying this rally will fail just like the others. I was waiting for this little drop there. See that drop there? Let me just see, where's my mouse? See that drop there? I was waiting for that drop to happen. And I'll show you now in the last 80 days, 90 days, we were saying that we are heading into a drop. There must be an algorithm drop, and that drop never ever happened. Lo and behold, today it slam bang dropped right into our algorithm low. Although it's 4 weeks late, it's still very good for cryptos. Look what happens directly after that drop. The market, guys, is going to go upwards. And I believe that this could happen in a very short period of time. Now, since you have got this data now, Remember this, let me just clear that up again here. I want you to focus on this little drop there, just there on the left bottom. Remember I said the disbelief stage is that people are going to get angry. They're going to get depressed. And remember what I said to you? I said, do not get depressed. Do not fear. And it's a time to accumulate. Because, guys, this market can move up at any time. You don't want to chase the dollar, you want to be in the market. Don't worry if your portfolio is down 10, 20, 30, or 40%. Don't worry about it. As a matter of fact, if you have extra capital, it's a good time to buy and accumulate. Look what comes next. Again, here is where everybody else is going to buy, but we are buying on the bottom. I tell you now, guys, please accumulate. Don't get fearful, don't get angry, don't get depressed, don't fall in disbelief. Similar to 2017, this is where I made stunning gains. Now let's quickly, since you've got this chart here now, let's go to Bitcoin here. If you look at Bitcoin, we've always said that there is a probability, a possibility on every live webinar that we had for the last 5 weeks. I said that there's a possibility that there's a possibility that Bitcoin could drop to the 2B algo. Remember when this crossed here, I said that there's a probability that we could drop to 7,000. And look on the left hand side, that's your 7,000. And then I said, as we move higher, this pink line here, which is the 2B algorithm line, becomes your support. And look what happened here. Bitcoin dropped right into that 2B algorithm, and this little cushion here, this is our support. Of course, there's a buffer just a little bit above the 2B algorithm. And guys, I expect this one, let me just quickly get my tool here, the brush tool. I expect this 2B algo that I showed in multiple videos to do this. It's going to go up. And then we are going to have the X, this X, the Y, and the Z. And I'm going to show you now in previous videos. Let me just see if I can see this here. In blog post number, if you go to this one here, which is the blog post 100, you will see here that we showed the X, the Y, and the Z. Expect this play to still play out. We've only got a delayed reaction, and there's nothing wrong with a delayed reaction. This drop here should have happened probably a little bit earlier here, as soon as we crossed here, but nonetheless the drop has happened about 4 weeks later. So that drop is good. Expect the market to come back up very quickly. Now, interesting about Bitcoin, just quickly have a look here. Remember that I said the 53-day algorithm cycle is going to change. We are now in a 30-day algorithm cycle, and we have 30 days downwards, another 30 days down, and another 30 days down. Expect now 30 days up, 30 days up, 30 days up. That will take us right into Christmas. And remember I said on 24 to 25 December 2019, we most likely are going to have a high point. I expect that high point to be not less than about 40,000 Bitcoin. Now that is Bitcoin, where Bitcoin will double from 10 to 20, from 20 to 40. Altcoins, guys, is a different story. And I'm now going to get into Litecoin. Now, before I get into Litecoin, just look at this. I do expect, if you look at the bottom here, that here around about the end of this cycle here, look at this, the 29, 30-day cycle, which is about 30 September, that we could go sideways and hover around a little bit here. But by the end of the month, about 25, 26, 27, 28, somewhere around this time, we are going to have a spike upwards, hitting our target here of $12,000. A little bit of a drop here, and then you're going to see the X, the Y, and the Z formation being completed. Let's quickly get into Litecoin. For Litecoin, I'm going to go to this chart here, which I just posted out this morning. If you look at blog post number 128, guys, I'm so excited, man. You know, with this drop, it confirms that the algorithm saw the drop correct. I'm sorry that we had the week wrong or the date wrong, but I've always said that we need to follow the pattern. It caught me off guard as well. I get goosebumps if I just think about it, guys. But the most amazing thing is that we have dropped to a low, the algorithm is complete, and the new cycle is going to be 30, 30, and 30 days, 90 days for October, November, and December, where we are going to make insane gains. It's going to be great to play the next 90 days because your farming opportunities are going to be incredible. In this blog post this morning, what I said is that the long-term cycle remain up into Bitcoin 40,000 by year end. The long-term cycle high for the top 5 altcoins, which you know they are Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ethereum, Digibyte, and XRP. They still stand 100%. These are coins, guys, that will rise most likely with 1,000%. We still see markets retrace very quickly back upwards. Recall on all the live webinars, I stated that if Bitcoin were to drop, it will be stopped by the 2B algo MOE. And if this were to occur, Bitcoin will shoot back up within the same day or within a few days of that time frame. So expect Bitcoin to go back up. But what I really want to talk about is this one here, Litecoin. We're on Litecoin now. With Litecoin, on 24 August, we anticipated. Remember when I came out and said there's an urgent meeting and we had about 1,000 people on the live webinar, we maxed it out. And then I said that I'm expecting a drop to happen here at about 25, 26 August. And that drop, if you can recall, dropped right down to that bottom there. I then said that I expect the red line is the algorithm low point and Litecoin should or could touch it. And I said that we should hit between 59 and 50. And look at that, guys. We hit about 54, 55. This to me, if you take this to the left-hand side, is touching that algorithm line. This is what I wanted it to do. Now, I'm going to go back to the chart now and show you live here in Litecoin where we are now. Now, remember, guys, this line here, that is the algorithm line. That is the line that we had on every single live webinar and in every single report or blog post. Now, this is the line where I said the red line is the algorithm low point, and we expect to hit in that level there. And lo and behold, we hit that 54. Now, this drop here should have dropped a little bit lower into this level here. It never happened. And then the market went sideways upwards. We should have had a breakout here, but then the market dropped here. Now, guys, this is the strange thing. It will not be impossible for Litecoin to still hit our target and go up something similar like this. I want you to keep that in mind. I'm not saying this is going to happen. But look at this. We could have a strong move upwards here and then a breakout into this level. Because if this low point happened here, then surely we must head into that high point there as well. Keep that still as a probability. I am most definitely going to play that, and I've got some orders that I'm going to sell at 110 to 120, and then I'll come back and buy it on the low. But guys, nonetheless, this move here that I posted 2 days ago, where I said that the market is going to go sideways and upwards, our break for upwards still stand as per, let me just quickly go back here. Remember, I've got these dates here of 7 October and 9 October. Those dates are still the dates that I expect the market to start moving upwards. By the end of this month, let's quickly go back into Bitcoin. It may get a little bit confusing, but remember what I said here. We've got these blue targets here, 30, 30, 30, and 30 days. Okay, so that ends here at 1 October. And then we could potentially see that move upwards and Bitcoin will not come back again. Okay, guys, so Litecoin, what I do expect with Litecoin is to come back. We may hit this high here, that top there, breaking all these indicators. I really want to see it. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't matter, because this heartbeat is already confirmed. And these coins that I mentioned, the 5 top coins, are going to go up 1,000% plus. They're going to hit new all-time highs very soon. Now, Litecoin, accumulate, buy. It doesn't matter, guys, this little drop here, if you drop from about $70 to about $57, it's a $20 drop. It doesn't matter. when this goes back up from 70 to 100, and then the market is going to go from 200 to 450, and then you're going to see a $600 Litecoin very, very soon. Let's get into Ethereum quickly, guys. Ethereum, remember this, that we always say that Ethereum is expected to come down to 153. I'm going to show you Ethereum and then I'm going to show you Bitcoin Cash. Now that target here has been hit perfectly as per our algorithm. What is not perfect is the date. We are 4 weeks late. It doesn't matter, guys, but this drop here is confirmation that the algorithm has seen that drop, and from now on expect the market to retrace upwards. You can see here now there's the green candle. It started at about 10 o'clock or 5 minutes ago. We can have a big strong move upwards. This 4-day uptrend was confirmation that we headed up, but this will now move back up here into this blue box, and it will keep on following that pattern. Guys, don't fear. Don't be annoyed, don't be agitated, don't be depressed, don't fall emotionally to the floor. I am so excited about what I'm seeing here. Similar to 2017. Big gains are coming. Let's quickly have a look at Bitcoin Cash. With Bitcoin Cash, recall that I've always said that we should see an ABC correction. And I've always said that this correction here is very strange, because this C point must be lower than A. And look at that, guys. I always said that it should be there, and it hit that target. So for me now, that is the low. Expect Bitcoin Cash to go up. We're going to accumulate at this side, and it's going to go sideways and break out. And we are going to see these levels here of $2,000 Bitcoin Cash later on in the next 2-3 months. 90 days, guys. The next 90 days is going to be epic. As bad as what the last 3 months were, just as good is the next few months. Now, guys, you can go to blog post. This is blog post 100. You can go and have a read of that as well. That was the failed breaker that we had in Bitcoin. Now, expect this exact pattern to start following and going upwards, maybe faster and stronger. And I'm going to work on the data, and we're going to bring that to you. The only thing that you now need to remember is don't fear, accumulate and hold, and do not sell. Okay, now with Litecoin, remember this, if you look at the old charts with Litecoin, guys. Now this is way back in June. Remember that we said that we're going to head down to this low point here. That is the low point that we hit now. Remember that red chart here. We expect that now to go upwards, maybe hit 120, come back, and then we're going to have a breakout. Guys, follow that pattern. Follow the pattern. I've always said we're not following the dates. But I did give a date, and I believe that between 7 and 9 October is going to be a good time for us. Then with regard to Ethereum, remember that we had Ethereum here as well. We said that Ethereum, Litecoin obviously is red, and you can see here that the blue is Ethereum. And we said that Ethereum is also going to head into a low point. That low point has just been hit. Look, guys, I'm going to leave you with, let me just get that Wall Street cheat sheet up again. I'm going to leave you with this Wall Street cheat sheet, and I want you to let that sink in. We are now right at the bottom. This is the disbelief stage where everybody is selling. Guess who is buying it up? BAKKT backed. The institutional money is buying it up. Similar to what happened, guys. Let me go back here, and I'm going to show you something incredible. Let me go to Apple. Many of you know that that I'm actually big in Apple, and I own some Apple shares. But I'm going to show you the biggest mistake that I have ever made was here at this point here, when Apple was just under $2. I sold my Apple shares, and the market went down, but then it went parabolic upwards, and it went up and up and up, and I never got back into the market. The biggest mistake that I've ever done was to sell my Apple shares at $2. If I still own those Apple shares, they would be worth a fortune today. I'm not going to make that same mistake, and this is not a time here to sell Litecoin. This is a time to buy if you have extra cash. If you don't have extra cash, accumulate, gather your coins as quick as you can. And guys, those 5 coins, Let me just quickly recap on XRP. XRP is a great buy at the moment. I've got some of my orders placed at 21. We could see one more dip coming down. I don't believe it could be lower than this one that happened today. XRP is a good buy. I have now placed a lot of my orders, and I'm expecting XRP probably to come down to 21. It may not touch that, guys, because we are talking of very small numbers now. So it's a good time to buy XRP. Digibyte, a great time to buy. You can see that we had a failed breakout here, and that is the breakout that I said that I don't believe is going to happen. The market came down a little bit earlier. Expect the market probably to come back up. Maybe this could just move on slightly, but nonetheless, guys, this point here is most likely the breakout phase of about 7 to 9 October. So similar to Litecoin, remember this, that Ethereum is going to show the first signs of the breakout. So it's going to come back up into this box, go sideways, and then start breaking out earlier, probably here by 1 or 2 October. That's when that's going to move upwards. Then we're going to see Litecoin, and then Bitcoin Cash, and then XRP and Digibyte is going to move as well. Guys, everything is really good in the crypto world. What we see here today is literally magical for me. I'm getting goosebumps just looking at it. I'm excited. And as I said, guys, I tell you now, follow what we do. We don't lose. Ultimately, we are going to make big money. The last point I want to make, guys, is look, we are not day traders. A day trader will look at this and he will get angry, depressed, because he's lost a lot of money for the day. Think about this, guys, the long-term move for the next 2 months and 3 months. Big positive changes are around the corner, guys. I'm excited. I'm happy that we actually hit that low. It's confirmation that we are on the bottom, upwards from here, guys. Have a fantastic day. Be blessed. And just follow what we say, guys. You are going to make big money. Thank you very much. This is Marius Landman from Australia. Have a fantastic day.